smash the living out of Chris Rock's. But hey, what can Will Smith and Chris Rock's teach us about investing? Make sure you watch this all the way to the end because we're gonna break this down. But also, where there is a crisis, there is an opportunity. And right now in Hollywood, there is definitely a crisis. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? This is JC and welcome to the Wealth Engineering channel. This is where I create content so that you can learn how to make, keep, and multiply your money. But above all, we need to learn about wisdom and investing. And right now, there is a life story that we can learn from this. And also, I think it has its root in Hollywood. It has its root in opportunities that we're going to discuss about in this video. So before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell. I create content all the time where I discuss about anything that has to do with wealth, especially when it comes to stocks and cryptocurrencies. I know why you're here. I know where you came from. Let's get into it. So in case you didn't know, there was the Oscars last night. And man, oh man, Will Smith was not happy about a joke made. But I have this video here. Let's react to it.
This job tonight, Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win.
Hey man, happy wife, happy life. Well, me, I like to say I'm the wife.
Wait a minute.
Because if I'm not happy, no one's happy. That's the only reason why I mean that. But let's get into it. But I understand the struggle, man. Sometimes when, especially if you're in the same business, it is not necessarily looking good, but I don't care, man. I'm the best in my family. That's the way it shall be. But
Praying that Will Smith wins, like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
all right, man. That was the joke, right? That was the joke that Will Smith was not happy about. But let's see some hypocrisy right here, because we gotta call this out. We gotta call this out, right? Look at this. First, he said the joke, right? And then he's laughing at the joke. I don't know if it's like, sometimes in Hollywood, you got to have this face where, and these guys are actors, right? So they're going to laugh at anything to be sure, to be social, to be polite, to be, to make sure everything's good. But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's happy with it, right? But at least he's laughing about it. But I call hypocrisy. I think he understands exactly what the joke is. The reason why he's not laughing after that is because of how he was reacted to this joke. Look at Miss Entanglement's face when Chris Rock said the joke, right?
Love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Just watch her face as you see, Will Smith is well into it, right? Will Smith is laughing, he's enjoying, but look at her face, right? Look at her face right there when she said the joke. I mean, it's not that pretty looking, right? This is Miss Entanglement right here, right? Miss G.I. Jane. Let's get into it. See her eyes, see the way she did it. But she, of course, didn't really like the joke, but she wasn't mad at the joke also. She was just, she was doing her thing. She was just rolling her eyes, doing this typical attitude that we're familiar with. So it was nothing to be out of proportion, right?
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Now, this is where it's getting interesting, guys. This is where it's getting interesting. Now, this is not scripted, right? And you can tell by the reaction of Chris Rock and also the crowd when they realize that this was serious. And we're going to pay attention. But I think this has a lot to teach us about investing in general and also the opportunity that I'm going to bring into you guys. But let's get into it.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Now, notice how fixed he stayed, right? He wasn't expecting to get smacked like this, right? He wasn't not expecting to get smacked like this because in the way that Will Smith did it too, he kind of did it very casual, but he was pretty stand up and getting ready to listen to, do you have something to say? And next thing you know, he got wow.
Oh, wow.
Yo, how are you going to walk like this after smacking a man live in public? Look at this guy, bro. Look at this man. This guy is trying to be smooth. He's trying to be calm and collective, smacking a man live in public, which is technically breaking the law. He can actually get sued for this by Chris Rock and by the Oscars as well, by many people. Like he could get sued for this, but he just doesn't care, and that's actually a problem. Look at this lady right here, right? Look at it. She's like, holy shit. She's like, oh, give me some more tea. There's more thing to discuss, but she's really surprised. She's like, oh, wow, is that for serious? But look at him, man, right now. He's not acting. He's seriously mad about this right now.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
That right there, that's exactly what I wanted to share with you guys, because he's shocked, right? He's shocked. He's surprised that Will Smith is this mad. He's caught off guard. His face is still, you know, can't see him because he's black, but his face would have been red if he was a white guy, right? Yet he still saved the day with a joke, guys. And that's going to lead to the lesson I wanted to bring. What can we learn from investing when it comes to this situation right here? I want you to imagine Will Smith as being the market.
Surprise,
right? Sometimes it could be the market. Sometimes it could be war that could happen without you knowing. It could be inflation rising. It could be some black swan situation that could crash the market, right? You could be living happily, living life, enjoying your returns, just like Chris Rock's, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a slap hits you so hard without you expecting. The only thing that matters is how do you recover from this, right? How do we recover from this? And shout out to Chris Rock. He's showing us a great example of class, right? Of professionalism, on how to recover for it. And as an investor, I want you to take inspiration from this, because sometimes emotionally you might be down if the black swan situation hits your portfolio, and then you're like, all of a sudden you're 30% down, 50% down. You might put all of your emotion back into the profit that you thought you were going to make, only to see it all disappeared. Then that might be very bad. But I want you to change your mindset. You cannot control. You can only focus on what you can control. You cannot control on what Will Smith decide to do on you out of nowhere, but you can control how you shift it around, right? Despite this, we're still able to shift it and get all the people involved, the crowd involved, make them feel happy, make them feel peaceful about what was happening. And despite that being a terrible situation where, hey, we just saw a man commit a crime in live television, assaulting another man, right? After being in an entanglement and being exposed himself, it's just a bad look, right? But where is the opportunity for us? Where is the opportunity? I argue that what we're currently seeing right now is the end of Hollywood, right? And what does that mean? The end of Hollywood means the rise of Amazon Prime, Disney, Netflix, right? Now, if we're looking at the stock market right now, we can see that Netflix the last couple of days have not been doing good, right? From 700 all the way down to 273. If we're looking at the RSI right now, we can see that, man, and there is still on the oversold area. But hey, guess what? Oversold area also means great times to buy, right? Now, I argue when it comes to the entire stock market in general, this year is not necessarily a great year to buy and stash, but I would definitely add Netflix in my watch list as a replacement for the traditional movie theaters and the traditional empire of Hollywood, because the streaming platforms are coming hard for things like this. And I think what you're currently seeing right now, it's only a foresight of what is to come. It is the fall of the traditional cinema, the traditional movies, and this is beyond what we scripted for views. People will make the most out of it, but I think it's a symptom of a much bigger problem in Hollywood right now. And what we're seeing is just we are allowed to see it, right? But hey, I would say definitely invest in other streaming platforms, because, man, It's just a shame to see Will Smith go down like this as an actor on a night that he's supposed to win in the first place. Great performance for the King Richards movie. Great performance. I watched this movie not that long ago. To see him end up like this is just sad. But as an investor, you need to understand how, hey, black swan situation can hit you hard, but it's all a matter of how you decide to change from it. Take inspiration from Chris Rock. Take a bad situation into a great situation and find opportunities. Start thinking about what opportunities can you leverage. And this is where we're going to end up in finding oversold scenarios, meaning buy at a discount scenarios for stocks with high potential like Netflix, right? With that said, it's still overvalued for my taste, so I still wait for it to drop lower, but it is definitely in my watch list for future stocks. So definitely I wanted to share that in. With that said, guys, we'll see on the next video.
Hey, yeah, it's all about wealth engineering. Might be something that you're not used to. It's okay, cause I'm here to introduce you to concepts, time to grow and make big moves. All about crypto, come see. Stocks in business, yes indeed. Got the info that you need. Hosted by my homie JC.